the deal? What's going on? Another live. Another day to strive. About to shake and bake. Nope. No bacon for me. Nope. None of that. But we're gonna shake and steak. What the guy said, 50 weeks to shake people. 50 weeks for the shakeout. 50 weeks for the shakeout. How about that? I never met more of a group of impatient so-called investors. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Impatient crypto people, spoiled with the rotten sense of entitlement. Just crazy. You know, don't want to work, but want to circle jerk. Don't want to work, but you want to act like you know everything. And you can't be patient to yield positive results from your efforts. You want other people to work for you while you do next to nothing. The self-entitlement thing is like, it's at an all-time high, yo, in crypto. It's at an all-time high. At an all-time high. Y'all still don't get it. Instead of enjoying this day that you're fortunate enough to experience and understand that no matter how hard you have it, some people have it worse than you. Instead of putting things in a certain perspective and place in your life, folks want to get up and listen to men talk about things that in the grand scheme of things don't even matter. You're listening to a man talk right now, but the difference between me and the men that I'm talking about is I try to be consistent, congruent, and logical. And rational with what I talk about. You know, be careful what you attach yourself with, because you become what you eat, you become what you think, you become what you digest and ingest. Be careful, folks. You have to be careful. Not everything out here is good for us. Not everything you get involved with or that's available, that's in our environment, in whatever aspect is healthy or good for us, yo. And we're talking about this crypto thing right here, especially in crypto. Especially in crypto. Everything you see that glitters isn't gold. Y'all want to force it to be gold because you think you have it figured out. You think you have the right answer. You think you're going to be the victor in the end when it's all said and done. Meanwhile, more often than not, you're wrong. I've seen some people who purported to be the best of them get destroyed over the years. From founders to developers to retail to participants to promoters to media personalities, content creators, YouTubers, all of them. All of them who profess to know and have a good handle and grasp on what this crypto thing is about, and try to let their viewers and audience know what their truth was, they ended up losing more than necessary because they had no clue on what they were talking about, unfortunately. History denotes this. History has shown this. How many times do people have to relive history? Do you not understand that in a year or two from now, the same individuals that act like they know, that act as if they were right all the time, that pretend like they're smart or intelligent or have a grasp as to what's going on, those same individuals will be identified in the future for being fools, for being idiots, for being wrong, for hurting the people, for being scammers, for being grifters, for committing acts that have been absolutely reprehensible and disgusting. Same people. Today you don't believe that's what they are. In a couple years, let them keep up. And that's what they're going to be. That's what they will be exposed again and highlighted. It's happened in the past. And there's nothing indicating that that's going to change in the future. A piece of trash is going to constantly be a piece of trash. Trash attracts trash. Whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, if they continue to be who they are, that's what you'll see. That's what they'll exhibit. And giving you bad advice, bad information, poor financial advice and crypto advice. You looking for advice on the internet on how to control your finances? You looking for advice from somebody who you'll never meet? This is what we're doing here? This is what we're doing? You're losing it. You're losing it. You're losing it. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You listen to people. You listen to some people that you like because they just seem very appealing to whatever interests you that allow you to like them. Doesn't mean they have it all right. Doesn't mean that they are going to guide you to financial independence. Why are you looking for leaders to guide you? Is because you don't have a foundation. You don't even know where to begin. You don't. You know, you don't have a solid base. Your ground, your footing is not firm for you to stand on anything. That's why you fall through everything and fall for everything. You don't have a solid reference point that you can draw from and build upon and strengthen That's what you find here, folks. These people don't know what they're doing. Straight up and down, left, right, from top to bottom. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know. I could easily say that because this ain't my first rodeo. And by default, I've paid attention. When you come into a community, for example, like the Hex community, and you want to farm people or engagement farm, like these terms, these people like to, engagement farming, engagement farm, build your popularity and achieve some fake perceived clout, and then you introduce your own hex clone, thinking that you're doing something. And for a temporary, short period of time, it might feel like you're doing something. Why not? You've got some donations. you you followed the model, but you didn't want to completely follow the model, but you followed the model. You followed the whole sacrifice paradigm model. You followed the whole hex, except you added a couple bells and whistles to it and dress it up as something else. You charmed the community to believe in you and what you're selling them. Then you realize, what did you really do it for? Like, you're not Coca-Cola. You're not Walmart. You're not Apple. You're not Amazon. You're not McDonald's. You're not number one in your lane. But because, you're self-absorbed, you thought you could try your hand at something, you probably suffer from some type of mental issue, a subtle personality flaw. You thought you could do something and achieve the same results because you feel like you possibly superior in mind, in thinking, this high level intellectual elitism BS. And you see how it's working for you. You see how it's working for you, huh? You create hex clones. You were told how many countless times. How many times and how many tries have people committed to create hex clones? How effective have they been? The hex derivatives are struggling. Struggling. Why is that? Oh man, it's not hard, man. The hex derivatives are struggling for relevance. Why? Carry on. Carry on. I'm not going to tell you why. It's not for me to tell you why. The hex derivatives, the hex copies, the hex clones, right? The Richard Hart imitators can't yield the same results. But you know, you got different models of everything. You got different vehicles out here, different brands out here. People compete. You know, free market, spirit of competition. That's what's happening here. But who's the prey in all of that? You are. We are. Who's the prey? I don't need any bootleg versions of anything to feel like I'm doing something. Engaging in these war of words, nobody cares. Nobody cares about what your opinions are. No matter what side you on. You're just entertaining some people who are listening to you. You think people care about what I talk about? You think I don't understand that? Yo, I've been doing this too long. 900 plus blogs later. I've been doing this too long for me not to understand. People don't care, but I put the message out there anyway. Because personally, I feel like it's the right thing to do. Especially when I've seen so many things come and go in this space. So many people come and go. So many ideas come and go. And a lot of these folks try to recycle old failing models. And they call themselves builders. They call themselves leaders. They call themselves trying to do something for you. It's sad because what they're saying to you is you're not good enough to do for yourself. You know, leaders, one thing that leaders understand how to follow. And they know when it's necessary to follow. That's what separates leaders from everyone else. It's one of the characteristics that separates leaders from everyone else. You have some that suffer from a great deal of self-importance and narcissism. High-level narcissism, where they don't care about following anything. They will try to trample on anything and everyone in their way. Meanwhile, they forget that even at that level, they have to face adversarial energy. And they have to deal with the consequences of their decisions, just like everyone else. You have so much like weak levels, like the potential to do great is always there. But people choose to mess that up by engaging in destructive characteristics such as embracing your ego 100% of the time, every day. You want a surefire way to destroy yourself? Be proud every day. Embrace your ego every day. Act like you, the most important thing in your life, and nothing else, no one else ever matters in your life. You're going to find yourself experiencing the consequences as a result of you being so greedy, so selfish, so egotistical, so mean, so wretched as an individual. And you find that here in cryptocurrency. And y'all play yourselves by thinking that these individuals that are here in this community have your best interests in heart when they show you otherwise. They're showing you otherwise to your face and not care because you're not going to do anything about it. What you're going to do in turn is actually give money So I have to take that back. You are going to do something about it. You're going to spend your money on them, thinking that you're winning something. Meanwhile, all you're doing is holding a bag of L's long term. I mentioned this already. You have somebody that lost 300 million pulse, engaging in some type of whatever nonsense, thinking that they could do something, thereby wrecking themselves. Wrecking themselves. And still saw no issue with letting the community know. One is because, hey, you know that there's people that's always gonna try to look for support on the internet, even if it's something that makes them look damning and failing and miserable, and just even if it brings shame, they don't care. It's one. Two, you're gonna have individuals bailing them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Oh, because there's good-natured people. You know, oh, just I love this community. This community is filled with goodness. You really think that's something that's equivalent for everybody in the community? You know what I'm saying? Folks display their degeneracy over discipline, over self-discipline and commitment. These things are not celebrated. It's degeneracy over everything. The addictive mind, the addictive personality, these harmful behaviors are praised more than self-development, self-improvement, self-discipline, using time to our advantage, applying patience. It's all the opposite now. We're living in a backwards type of situation that these people have decided, these so-called leaders, they've decided to push that agenda. Get the money however you see fit. They can't say it otherwise because that's what everyone sees. How would I feel if I was a builder and I asked Richard Hart, what would he want to see built on Pulse Chain? And Richard Hart just shot me down and said if it was up to him, he doesn't want to see anybody build anything on Pulse Chain because he knows the chain is going to be filled with garbage, scams. This narrative, this whole understanding, right? Basically telling me I wasted my time. And I played myself. And instead of really looking at that and reflecting, right? Having a moment to go through some deep reflection and say, wow, look at the perspective. This dude just slapped me into reality or into his truth. Instead of taking the time out to really try to study and understand what he said. I'm supposed to be a builder, and this guy wants no builders on my Pulse Chain, on his Pulse Chain, on his consensus network, right? Because the majority of these things turn out to be garbage, a waste of time, a waste of money, rugs, people getting hurt, all this. And I participated in creating something, thinking that I can go against that energy. And what I created is not really yielding the results that I thought it would. Instead of going back to the drawing board and say, I fucked up. I made a mistake. I'm going to double back. I'm going to double back and support other builders. I'm going to reinforce my position and say that Richard was wrong, because I am double backing on what I'm doing. I'm going to reinforce my position as a builder, going against the idea and the understanding that most of whatever you find on these chains are trash. Y'all don't see anything wrong with this though. Y'all, it's, oh no, we're going to get it right again. We're going to get it right this time, because I don't want to believe. I personally don't want to believe that everyone who builds are engaging in some type of have nefarious intentions. I don't want to believe that. I mean, come on, man. That's suggesting the majority of people in the world are wicked and evil. I really don't want to believe that. I respect the positive and negative in all things. But if history has shown people that the majority of anything on these layer ones are trash, and you call yourself creating something, understanding that these things are trash, and you thinking you're going to try your hand in adding to the trash, yielding lackluster results, and reinforcing your position by supporting other builders who are creating more garbage to throw at these chains. What are you talking about? It's a different situation here, man. It's business, not personal. It's business. Because, again, I don't care about liking anybody out here, man. I like the opportunity to create financial independence by building a machine that could work for me when I'm awake and when I'm asleep. It has nothing to do with who I like. Y'all worried about who likes you. See, that's the thing. Y'all worry about popularity, all this weird stuff, man. You have it all twisted. These blockchains don't care. These tokens don't care how we feel, what our opinions are. They're going to work. They're going to continue to do what they're supposed to do as long as people use them. This is what they were created for. Programmed a certain way to work without human emotion and blah, blah, blah. But people mess everything up. Who cares about who likes who? When it's time for you to meet your commitments and pay bills, are the people that you like going to help you out? Unless you went through the crypto Nori doors, who's going to help you out? You worry about likes and views and acceptance. Go see a therapist. You know, some people have fundamental struggles, fundamental problems, clinical issues. There are people who are undiagnosed who need fundamental help. You're not going to find it on Twitter, yo. You're not going to find it in a Telegram group. You're not going to find it on YouTube. You have to redirect your focus into your actual normal lives and connect yourself with some type of help provider that can help you go through whatever it is that you're going through to manage your lives better, because you're not going to find it in crypto, on Twitter, on the internet. None of that. What's going to happen is you're going to find yourself consistently triggered behind unstable people, man. People who are unstable, who are behaving in reckless, irrational ways and think they're doing something. You think when they talk about deregulation, it's just only applies to the rules and policy regarding money and crypto? Decentralization and all that? It's everything involved with it, man. Everything. Human behavior. How people act, how people respond, how people, right, contribute or detract. All of this is present here. You think folks, and that's why I never laughed at the term degenerate, because degeneracy covers many spectrum, many facets of what's going on here. And the underlying root to all of this is money. And that brings the worst out of people, especially if you're an unstable person and you come into money. Rest assured, your instability will be highlighted. It may not be long-lived either, as far as you keeping that money, because you're an unstable person. It's not hard. And you have these fake leaders that mask their instability with articulation, verbose terms, and ideas, and manipulation, and try to take advantage. And they're just wolves in sheep's clothing. But y'all don't see that. Y'all don't see that. Well, nobody cares. These people are bored and they're looking to start trouble. They're not about stillness. They're not about staking and chilling and living life and appreciating getting wealthy from a calm, patient, quiet perspective. They always have to stir some shit up. What does that tell you about who they are? You think Hex is supposed to be exciting, thrill-seeking every single day? No. No. Pulse Chain is supposed to tantalize you every single day? No. And that's a blessing, because it frees you up from being worried and anxious and all stressed out. Working somewhere for 40, 50 years, you can't retire because your bum ass 401k or your pension or 403b or whatever private retirement plan, IRA, Roth IRA, whatever you use, doesn't have enough money for you to live the rest of your days in comfort. But you rather toil, you rather break your body, your mind and body for decades, stress yourself out, doing work, engaging in work that you can't stand, working through pain, through illness, and think that that's going to lead you somewhere and reward you financially in your heyday. Forget about Social Security. And here you have Hex. And if you're a young person, I'm not talking about these old cats like myself. And yo, we done out here, man. Like, lost it. Because these leaders that you're talking about lost. They don't have the secret sauce, man. They don't. It's the young people who are going to carry the torch, who are going to understand what this is and going to make certain decisions and changes and whatever. That's what I firmly believe, because the youth represent the future. We keep fucking shit up as an older generation, yo. Acting like old models are relevant for new paradigms. So these young people, you coming in, you in your 20s, You discovering this DeFi product, you coming in your 30s, you're winning. You're winning. 15 years is nothing for y'all, man. Don't act like it is. Some people, let me tell you, man, it sounds like it's a stretch, but when you're 20, in your 20s and in your 30s, the time flies. I've been there. 15 years versus 25, 30, 40 years and can't retire. Imagine. And these people in this community didn't have to wait 15 years to see massive gains, yo. They didn't have to wait 2 years to see massive gains. And y'all crying about a 99.5% down from the all-time high. You're misdirected. You're being misled. You're being misguided, yo. And if the shoe fits where it's what it is. Not is the minority. There are a minority of people in this community right now. A very small group who've been vocal and consistent with espousing the principles of crypto that could allow you to achieve potential success in the future. It's a small group, only a small group. And it's small for a reason, because they're being drowned out by nonsense and chaos from people who think they figured it out and they haven't. This is partially why many people will not make it. It won't make it. They'll talk. If you, case in point, man, what could possess you at this point? You've been around for years. You've been around, yo. What could possess you to say, oh, what is this guy doing? When I'm building with the people, you got these folks out here that want to just block crypto wonder. Move your truck, man. Huh? Yeah, I'm here, man. Go. People crazy, man. Yo, what would possess you? What would possess you to do something like lose 300 million? Come on, son. 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 Don't give me that nobody's perfect situation, man. Not if you've been here for a minute. You've been here. You've been here. You know what I mean? If you Johnny come lately, all late, you just stumbling onto the community, you don't wide-eyed, bushy-tail, don't know any better, that's one thing. But if you've been around, man, you've been around, and you, oh, man. You embrace people who rug the community. You give them a warm reception, warm welcome back. I didn't know it was so easy to get money from this community. All I had to do was say, hey, man, you know, my African gray parrot is sick. It needs a blood transfusion. And, you know, times are hard on the boulevard. Yo, this is my address. If you find it in your heart to donate, yo, you find that shit on crypto and in Twitter and on the internet too, man. People asking me money on the regular, just in my daily walk of life. I don't care how I look. Folks will just run up on me, sir, do you please have some so I could get some food? And then when I flip it on them, I'm like, All right, I'll go get it for you. What do you want? Let's go. He's like, yeah, but you know, I all I needed was um because I'm asking him what kind of meal you want. What you want? A hot dog? You want a coffee? You want a bagel? What we doing? And it's um uh uh I just wanted some cigarette. And it's like, yo, just be honest up front. I deal with that on the regular. I don't care how I look. You walking up to you asking for change. You scroll to your through your timeline, you find it here too. Real life situations too. As if I'm impervious to the struggle. People are amazing. Like it's unreal. The stupidity you find over here, yo. Real life stuff. If it was that easy, I tell all my clients, listen, man, yo, if you go to this community right here, you don't even have to know anything about crypto. You just, yo, man, get yourself an Ethereum address, a Pulse chain address, right? Tell somebody that you've been around for a long time and tell them you're going through some that you lost your crypto. They're gonna take care of you in less than 24 hours. Like if it was that easy, I tell all my clients, yo, 50 people will be onboarded just like that. Just like that, yo. Just like that. Missing the whole point. You got fake people. People try to act like they like mediators. What are you? A diplomatic official? What are you? People try to act like they're dignitaries. Mediators try to come like, yo. That's because you buy into the kumbaya narrative. I don't buy into no kumbaya politics. I woke up from that. When I was a child, like I just saw. Once they told us, yo, sing kumbaya and the house was burning across the street, I knew there was a problem. I'm in school. Not the house, it was a building. In school, or they had a kumbaya, kumbaya. And then we had to stop because started smelling smoke from across the street from a building that was burning. Where's the kumbaya? Stop it, y'all. Y'all are fools with it, man. And these people are just continuously feed you the BS. It's not about being negative, yo. It's about identifying the real. Identifying the truth. Not dismissing it, pretending like it doesn't exist. I don't care what you came from, how hard you grew up or whatever. Someone always has it harder than you. Everybody try to act like they tough. Y'all can't even come together and have like some type of socialization night, crypto style or whatever, Go play some cards. Go learn how to play some cards. Post chain spades night or something on live on Twitter. Get it together, man. Get a dating app popping. Create a dating app for y'all single people. You ready to mingle. Do something creative, real, like. And if you get somebody, you got a little profile, somebody likes your profile, and they, that affords you some hex, some post chain, something. But y'all too greedy to think about certain things like that, man. I don't understand y'all. When you talk about onboarding, how you onboarding? You're going to have a conference in some type of remote location, some terminal that nobody's going to. And if they do, of course, your arm and a leg to do some conference. Be creative with it, man. Some lonely people out there, all walks of life, ages and everything, man. For the kids, make sure you got some safety controls in place. Because there's weirdos out here. It's dangerous on the internet. But you know what adults do? Some do some adulting for a change, man. Really build that way. Build social. It's my goodness, man. You think social capital equates to your bank account? People, we talk about social capital, how much and look at how they live their life. Come on, son. Young people, figure it out, because the old folks, we lost our way, yo. We lost our way. I'm watching people who used to talk about Hex real heavy, real hard body, talk about, oh, embrace other communities, embrace other this and other that, as if that's helping any situation, man. As if that's really helping the situation. Because what you find here is the opposite. It's backwards over here in crypto. So stop trying to embrace something that works in another industry here. It's backwards over here in crypto. People laugh at money. They laugh at it. Memes. It's a joke to people. In real life, it isn't. But over here, it's a joke. So stop trying to incorporate across a community and you're trying to onboard other communities, because that's what would work in legacy. But does it work here in crypto? Get with the program, folks. This is why you gotta stay sort of super focused on what you have going on that works, that has worked, that wins, that allows you to win. These people they think they know. They have no idea, man. I'm only going by experience and what I've seen. Everything is backwards in crypto. In legacy, you get a 10% earning per year. You a winner. 10%. Annualized gains, 10%. You're winning. It's backwards in crypto. 1,000% gain in crypto is laughed at. A 10x in crypto is laughed at. People feel disrespected with that. Why you think when folks were talking at 20x valuations, it was scoffed at? Like, now, man, shut up. 20x? This is crypto. Add 3 zeros behind that 20. Now we talking. Because this is crypto. These people have it backwards for y'all, people. These leaders don't know what they're talking about. If they did, Richard, listen, folks. Like, y'all just don't get it. That's why a lot of them, I don't engage anymore. I don't even try. I don't go to their chats. Like if they're streaming, I don't zero support, because they lost their way. They lost their way, yo, and don't want to see the truth. They think that people who want to hold true to the core principles of crypto, they call us doing things in bad faith. RH Maxis don't know what they talking about, blah, blah, blah. Fool. You're a bumbling idiot. Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. Because I had to understand, I came from where they came from. Diversity. You need to diversify. Yeah. You could diversify in legacy. Over here, your chances of winning, diversifying in everything, if you don't have that much money, is not going to be rewarding for you. That's the thing with these people, yo. It's a gamble. A lot of these people that talk about diversifying crypto, right? You can't do what they're doing, because they could play with 100K. They could play with 200K. You think your 10K, you think you could do something with your 10K and diversify in 100 coins and that you're doing something? Make it make sense. But they won't tell you that. They won't tell you that they bubbled the fuck up off of Hex. While they were gambling and 100 other different things, they got lucky with Hex. Came up and continued because they didn't learn. They continued the whole idea of, oh yeah, because, you know, diversify, because, you know, there's a bunch of other good projects out there and diversify, but they have the money to play with. Most people don't. And while they're telling you to diversify, they're giving you a membership fee. They're giving you a fee to join their course. On top of the money that you didn't even have to diversify, they're asking you for money to buy into their course to get the super exclusive content that you could have got elsewhere if you did your own work for yourself for free. It's maddening. Like, it's I don't get it. I don't, you know. Be careful who you listen to. Be careful who you pay attention to, y'all. Be careful. Be careful. You got some people, and I mentioned this already too, some people that like to tell you that they are benevolent. Show me, bitch. Right? Don't trust. Verify. Because nobody's going to protect, nobody's going to respect your money better than you are. Nobody. I've seen it too. I've seen all that. Like, y'all got to really understand what Richard has done. And you got to really pay attention to what Richard doesn't say. You got to listen, learn to listen to what people are not saying. Good and bad. You think what you hear espousing on the internet is alpha. What you don't hear is the best alpha. Because I could break some stuff down even further, but I'm not. Because it's not, hey, certain things don't even need to be said because it's understood. When you come up a certain way, you understand that. You comprehend what that means. Certain things don't even need to be said. They're understood. And you have people who think they know, and they talk, and contradict themselves later, and then end up losing out, losing their reputation. It don't matter how much money they have. You can still be a sucker. Doesn't mean you just a sucker with money. You don't want to be that. You want to be a person where you know you are so valuable. You understand you're worth so much that the money chases you, regardless if you have it physically in your possession or not. You know that money's always going to chase you because you're the magnet for it. You attract it. We're the ones that lend all these things value and faith and belief. Other than that, it would be worthless. It would be no use for it. None of it would have any worth. In other words, we're already rich. But if you don't believe it, it won't seek you. It'll go elsewhere. Because you didn't attract it. You didn't believe it. Your energy is not polarized, pulling it towards you. So you're going to continue to listen to people who you think have more value than you. You're going to continue to listen to these people fleece you. and waste your time that you can't get back. That's what's happening so well. It's being orchestrated very well. These top leaders ain't shit to me, personally. None of them. None of them that you claim top leaders is top clowns. Might as well welcome Joker back. Facts. It's what it is. It's an embarrassment. True to form. But they'll understand in the future, yo. Everybody gonna see, because time will reveal everything. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Take care.